I'm not your blood father, Jay. What?
Outer Banks Season 4 Part 1 just wrapped up, and it left us with more cliffhangers than ever. The finale drops a bombshell for JJ, who makes the most confusing discovery of his life. After receiving a mysterious letter from Wes and confronting his father for answers, he learns that everything he thought he knew about his life has been a lie. Luke reveals to JJ that he isn't his biological father.
I'm not your father. Not by blood, anyway.
And the woman JJ believed was his mother wasn't either. He discovers that his real mother was Larissa, the woman who drowned with her baby.
Then who's my dad? I mean, damn, JJ. Isn't it obvious?
Though Luke doesn't directly name JJ's father, he heavily implies that it's Chandler. We also see John B. and Cleo just outside of Charleston after Cleo nearly gets killed by the mysterious men hunting for Blackbeard's treasure. After the attackers leave, John B., determined to avenge Terrence's death, grabs a gun and prepares to go after them. However, as he's about to shoot, he gets a vision of his father, and it stops him, making him change his mind. Sarah and Pope are trapped inside Charleston as water rapidly floods the area, putting them at serious risk of drowning. With the doors locked and no visible escape, they're left stranded, struggling to find a way out before it's too late. But the most intricate part of this whole saga revolves around JJ, so let's dive in. Here's my theory. Chandler isn't JJ's real father either. Hear me out. I believe Larissa was Wes's only living child and direct heir, meaning she was set to inherit his fortune, which would eventually be passed on to her son JJ. However, JJ wasn't Chandler's biological child. He was from another man. Chandler had a mistress he loved more than Larissa, and he wanted to claim Wes's wealth for himself. With Larissa and JJ alive, Chandler had no way of taking that inheritance, so he plotted to eliminate everyone on Wes's side. He orchestrated Larissa's and the baby's drowning, assuming they both perished. But here's the twist. JJ survived, and Luke and his girlfriend found and adopted him. Whether or not they knew the true identity of JJ's mother and relatives remains unclear, but Chandler was left thinking his plan had worked. But Chandler eventually realizes that JJ is still alive, and when he sees Wes getting closer to JJ, he knows his secret is at risk. Fearing that Wes might reveal JJ's true identity, Chandler decides to take matters into his own hands and eliminate Wes before the truth can come out. It's all part of his twisted plan to keep his hands on the fortune and prevent JJ from learning who he really is. But Wes already knew something was off. If you recall, during the scene when the Pogues visited him, Wes gave Chandler a suspicious look when he told JJ he believed in him. You could tell Wes was onto something and knew Chandler couldn't be trusted. What really confirmed this was the fact that Wes chose to send that letter to JJ through the butler, not Chandler, showing he was aware of the danger and didn't trust Chandler. Now, I suspect that the Mistress Chandler cheated on JJ's mother with Hollis Robinson, and they must be working together to acquire Goat Island. It's even possible that Mr. Robinson didn't just die. Maybe they killed him to clear the path. I feel like we've got a new villain brewing, and the series is about to get even more intense. Part 2 is going to be wild now that JJ knows his true identity. Knowing him, he's likely to go after anyone he suspects was involved in his mother's murder, which will undoubtedly attract a lot of attention. Plus, if the curses are true, he could be putting himself in serious danger. So that's how it ended. The Pogues are back to square one with the necklace gone and Wes dead, and they still don't have capital for their business. However, they do have information that could lead them to Blackbeard's treasure, so it's shaping up to be a wild ride. With Cleo seeking revenge for Terrence and JJ out for justice for his mother, Part 2 is sure to keep us on the edge of our seats.